Hello everyone, this is Dan Gramza, and welcome to Gramza Market Studies for Monday, November 16th. Well, I hope you had an absolutely wonderful weekend, and let's take a look at see what these stock indices, beginning with what they did on Friday. One of the things that we were talking about on Friday morning actually would have been how it closed gives us a clue about behavior we can expect. And we can see here in the NASDAQ market that the market did indeed get a little bit stronger there on Friday. Healthy close. Again, above 1280 is the magic number that we want to see a stronger move, or above 1800. And we're seeing this market move in that direction. We can see in Asia it's a little bit firmer in that respect. So that's got some good things going for it in that regard. These other indices came very close to these sell points, by the way, but did not take them out except for the mid caps. The mid caps took a step back before it took a step forward. The sell point here in the mid cap was at 688, and you can see we went down to 87.70, so it went down 3 ticks below that level. This area in here was going to be important for us, as it was in these other areas, but here we just went a couple ticks beyond it. It means it would have taken out this long position if that was the type of position that someone had on, and the dollar value of that move would be 21 points, or in this case it's $100 a point. $10 a tick, it's $2,100. That's the dollar value of this move, and we are looking for a continuation in that market. We also had some buying coming back in, and that is in the currency markets. Again, as I mentioned to you on Friday morning, being super bearish these currencies and very bullish the dollar, I just really have a hard time doing. And we can see that these markets did trade back through that buy point that we had set up for Friday, and that difference between the red line and the buy point here in the euro, that's per contract, that would be $306.25, and in the Swissy, the difference between that red line and that green line, that would be $250, the dollar value of that move. So we saw some positive action. We see these other currencies getting stronger. The US dollar is weaker, and I expect that kind of action to continue throughout today's session. Japanese yen's also gotten high enough to find sellers. This is at significant level. Still feel very cautious on the long side for these markets. For the Japanese yen. Also, these markets have reached magnitude objectives on the first half of their positions. The Aussie dollar has as well on Friday. And you can see in Asia we're getting a little bit firmer. That 93.50 is going to be important for that market. The British pound, though, it's a step in the right direction. But this dominant benchmark candle, I think we have to be careful of. I feel the same way about the Canadian dollar. Those two markets, I think we need to be cautious about. Today's going to be an important day for them. We need to see them get up and get going if we're truly going to see another push back to the upside in those markets. In the interest rate markets, well, they continued in the short end of the curve to get a little bit stronger. Notes were very quiet going into Friday's close. Same thing for the bonds, also very quiet. We are looking for a continuation here to the upside in those markets, and we're looking for follow through as well. Now, in the metals, you can see gold in Asia. Here's the buy point from Friday in gold, and right now that market's cooperating. We can see Friday it reached magnitude objective, and on Asia session here, we're seeing some, a $10 move already in gold. This is a market where we look to buy the breaks. The same thing in the silver market, although it's a tougher trade than it is for the gold. It's got a lot more to go through, but again, we look to buy the break. Same thing here in our friend copper. Today could be the day for copper. We are looking for some follow through. I would look to buy the breaks in that market as well. When I say that, it's like we discussed in the foundation course. So it's that same idea. Now, looked at metals, let's take a look at energy. And in the crude oil market, we've gotten low enough on Friday. We were looking for unchanged to lower, not a big move. This didn't give us that. It's a textbook in that sense in terms of unchanged to lower, but it's the way it did it. It's very balanced, and at these previous lows like that type of structure, we got to be very cautious of on the short side. I think we could have an up day in crude. We're seeing a little bit of firmness here in Asia. The one that I'm really interested in to see what happens is natural gas. Can we get follow through? And our friend, Mr. Gas, that's been one of the issues all along. We can see Asia is a little firmer here, but we got to get a commitment here to see some consistency. And we're going to find out in a few hours, so that's exciting. And let's take a look at those grains. You know, the beans gave us that break here to the downside. We're seeing some firmness in Asia. This reached magnitude objective on the upside. Corn also, we're looking for unchanged to higher in that market. Wheat is also giving us those buyers coming in to that market as well. We're looking for some consistency there, but we do not want to see it back trading below 535. So, can these grains follow through? Again, we're going to find out in just a few hours. Well, I hope you found a few ideas helpful. Thank you for sharing part of your day with me. I'm looking forward to being with you again tomorrow, and in the meantime, take care.